Hi everyone, we're back with a build of the ultraviolet Raleigh chopper. Prior to after we did that video, I've already fitted the stand and the bottom bracket and headset cups off screen. Um, but yeah, in this video, what we'll be doing is just get a few parts on it really. Cranks, back brake, rear mudguard, rear rack. And yeah, and we'll see how far we'll go with the build. I would like to say a big thank you to David Bedford. He sorted me a mudguard out for a good price, which goes in quite nicely with this build, so matches up quite nicely with all the chrome parts. Also, David Wilkerson, he sourced it for me, spoke to him, so big thanks for that, buddy. I know you're quite good at talking to other people. You know quite a few of other people in the group, so thank you for that, buddy. I really appreciate that. I've known you for a very long time, and obviously you've seen this through its build, and then obviously other bikes, and like with your SE and so on. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll get cracked on, we'll get back brake chucked on, and so on. And then here we go. Got a set of brake calipers. I've rebuilt these really. Well, made them up with other calipers which I've got on bits and pieces. So we've got the rear brake stays, which go on there, and the front brake stays. But we won't fit that today because obviously you need the mudguard just beforehand when you fit that one. So we'll leave that until the mudguard comes. We'll do that in the next video. So get the back brake chucked on. Should be straightforward with that one. Sure. And all it is. Oh wait, I've got to put the rear rack on. Just have to remember that. So let's get that. So beforehand, get the rear rack on. Another part what's reproduction, I've mentioned it several times, but there's a shop, I think it's something leisure on eBay, do reproduction rear racks, which are, the chrome works quite nice in comparison to a lot of reproduction stuff. But they've got some up for £25 and some up for £40. The ones for 25 obviously have some blemishes, but they're hardly noticeable. The first one I bought was £40, and that was what went on the blue one. And then this is the one I got for 25. And to be fair with you, into comparison, I can't see anything wrong with it. To be fair with you, it's chrome works quite nice. It's unless it's got mixed up, but yeah. So we'll get the rear rack on because obviously on the back you've got two screws and you can't locate them once the caliper's on. So get that slid on. Another thing to take in consideration when you get these painted up, just make sure your rear rack fits properly before you get it painted, well, the bike painted. Reason being, it scratches the sides, which this has done, so I'll touch that up before the sissy bar goes on. But yeah, they do get scored on the tops here, and once you've got the springs on, you can see it through the springs. Should be that one. Could do with two more washes, haven't it? Okay. Just add two more washes to that. To there. Basically what I'm going to do is just get the screws in position first. You do have to do a little bit of feckling, moving these around. Okay. We'll just nip them up. Yeah, if you're enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Day, it's much appreciated. Get more of this content out there for you guys. Never thought I'd be doing another build like this, but when you get the opportunity to do it, you got to do it. Enjoy the process as you go through the whole bike. Quite enjoyed it. Just like any other builds which I have done in the past. And it's still nice to still have the same similar knowledge to what I did when I built my last ones. So there we go. Nice rack on the back. Next thing we'll do is get the brake caliper on. Then once we've done that, we shall get the mudguard on. Should be put nicely. You can always adjust this up just after. Let's just get it located in the right position. Should be fine. Okay. Nick that up. It's a little bit of feckling on the brake pads. Okay, probably have to take one of them pads off anyway if we're going to slide the back wheel in. Right, that's the caliper on. We'll go for the rear mudguard. We've got, like I said in the last videos, it's a Mark IV one. I'll show you as actually what I've done into comparison with the Mark II original mudguard. If you just look down there, you would normally see where the original hole would be around about here, but with the Mark IV, it's slightly shorter, so I've obviously drilled that out and tapped a whole new thread in it. So yeah. We'll do, get that into position. So let's go that way with it. Hold that there a second. We'll get some fixings. All right. Oh, I opened these ones up already. I have. One of them. And some washers. Right ones. Okay. What I've already used. Oh, slightly bigger. We do these, put them in so they're in ever so slightly. Need to move that down. Okay. Whoops. Two more washers. you go. Can be fiddly, especially when you've got big fingers. There we go. So I've got it. No. There we have it. That's one. Mix up. I'll just put another one. Another on board somewhere. I'll look up that. There it is. No, I didn't tap. What's we gone again? I think that's that small, isn't it? Yeah, that's that one. Washer. There we go. So do them loosely. Just so when it comes down to this bottom section, you can move it about a little bit and tweak it so it's not going to the left and it's not going to the right. Just like now. I'll just go up slightly. Sound. Check if the mudguard's straight. It's not too bad. Pardon me. Slowly nip them up. That's too big. Okay. Nice and tight. So next thing what we'll get on now we've put the mudguard on, we'll get the cranks on. Just reason being, when you come to do putting the stand on, it's always best to do it when you're doing the bottom bracket and even before you put the cranks on. So if you are struggling to say you stand it in and out, you can make a little tool. If you've got a vise, perfect, because you can put the frame in and use that. But basically, if you get like an old 14mm socket, quite a deep one, not a shallow one, you can actually do a notch out just such as that. So if you it's a semicircle, and then you just get the stand so it sits in the back. You can push it in, clamps together, and you slide in the mushroom pin, and then that's it really. And then just push the pin in, release it back off, sorted. I think in my video when I fitted the one on the blue one, I've showed I was doing that on that one. So for this build, I'll be using some Raleigh shopper cranks. Just reason being, it just makes it more comfortable instead of having the shorter arms like you do have on the chopper. And another thing, what's quite nice, they do come up cheaper. And as you know, the Mark II, there's a bit less space comparison to the Mark 1. With the Mark 1, you're more on the back wheel really. The seat's obviously a couple of inches longer, so it makes more of a comfier ride, and you don't really notice the length in the crank arms, but as you're on these, that little bit of room on the crank makes it quite nice. Like comparison, I had a Raleigh burner, which I did on this channel, and as soon as I had it, I couldn't get on with it. It was it's too tiny, even with a long seat post. One, it wasn't for me. In comparison to having, well, I normally have, like I race BMX and I run 175 crank, so yeah, we'll get these on. I've already got some cotter pins at the ready. Always make sure get plenty of bit of grease on here. Reason being, if you ever need to service the bottom bracket, you aren't hammering cotter pins out. So just put a bit in there. It's done both sides. Just obviously when that comes through as well, it ties up so it's not metal on metal, which you don't really want. So we'll do, spin that down to the bottom, crank onto there. Whatever you got, just slide off the residue. The headset's not on, so we'll get the bearings in that and get that built up. One. Oops. I do want to go in tighter, but I'll go over all this all properly after. Cotter pin at the ready. Make sure when you put these in, you don't put them the same way around. So, reason being, you can have crank beyond on the crook. So, there is a way to do it. I'm sure it's nut goes at the top, so it farts on the bolt. But sometimes you can put them the other way around. Probably have to tap that a little bit at the back. That's one. So pull that crank arm out a little bit, bowing in a little bit. Careful of the frame. Spot these things as you build it up. So we've got cranks on. I'll probably put the chain guard on first. I know normally you can do it after, but it's just screw to get my finger. Well, I have to use my little pinky just to get to the back of screw in. So what we'll do, put the chain guard chuck back on. You can always feed the chain through on the way on the back side of it. So let's get some washers. See what these ones look like. They're still too big. Yeah, way too big. Resort to them ones. Get that one fed up to that one. have a nut. So you see what I mean? I struggle to get my fingers in that side, so best way I've noticed is to do it this way. Get my hands into areas what tight spaces. Don't think I'll get the spanner in that one. It should tighten up on itself. Right. What we'll get on now, get the back wheel up. I want to say thank you again to Wayne Barker, because he sorted me a rear rim out. So based it up nicely with some stainless steel spokes. And then Josh, at the Chopper Show, he sorted me out with a spoke protector. So it all looks the part. Okay. Probably going to spin back because of the weight of the back wheel. Make sure that slots in there correctly. Okay. Leave that loose for a sec. Just got to pop the chain on. Okay. Good. Need to check now. I've got my backpack. Backpack's got the chain tool in it. So yeah, starting to look the part now. Let's check for my chain tool. There's that. Oh, let's get that out. So what I'll be using is a KMC wide chrome chain. Well, it's silver chain really, isn't it? So yeah, that's what I tend to use when I do these types of bikes. Just go for a silver chain. I know it's nice to have an original black chain, but especially when you're building with something like this, it's always nice just to stick something like that on it. Shows off the bling, doesn't it? So let's get this chopped down, get it the right length. So I'll feed it straight through from the back anyway. I know it is recommended really to put it on after beforehand, but let's do it this way. Just get a little more of that chain around there, so I've got enough to feed it around. Just get that down there and I'll level it up. On that side. Okay. Have it. Find roughly where it wants to go to. That should be fine. Take that link off. That one. That one. Take that one. that should be pushed all the way through now. You do get a split link with this, but what I like to do, which I stated in the last video, is always put the split link at the back, just so it's hidden away, so you don't see it. Because you should never, ever rivet a chain. Because when you re-rivet it, it shaves that little bit of metal off. So, just get that right now. Get a 15mm. Side. See to that tyre. Yeah. Part of a bike now, isn't it? I'll slacken that chain as well. Okay, nice and tight. Alright, so you guys still on. So what we'll do now, we'll do the headset, whack some grease in that, get that so we can get the front wheel on. Forks are out, get some grease just on the bottom of that race. Plenty in there, afraid with it. Lather it, absolute lather it. Oh, we put some on the crown race. Okay. Does kind of work better if you do that one, that side first. Put these aside a second and then I'll do the top crown. Just make sure you get a nice one of bearings in there. Ooh. Dropping on. That should be enough. Why is that too many? Right. Get close up, get the headset ones on the very top with it. Well, get the headset bearings on top. It's the same again. Just lather it with grease. Shower with it. Bit too much, but spread that around. Okay. I bet when they used to do this in the Raleigh factory, I bet they used to do it rapid. They had a special tool or something to put all these small bearings in. I'll tell you what, these are quite fiddly. Small balls. One gone flying. Hopefully I've got more than enough. I'm sure when I did the last headset I had plenty of them. Oops, that's another one. It's no good. Yeah, I got plenty more of them. That's enough. Right. What I'll do is we've got the top race, but I will put a bit of grease inside of that before it goes on. Should have got enough grease in that, yeah. Slide that in nicely. A bit. Want that round as well. Make sure that crown race sits nicely as well. Okay. It should work its way out. Right. Get you shifted back over. So I've got the front wheel on now. Well, thanks, John Carter. He's sorted me some reproduction R nuts. If anybody wants his contact number or anything or parts wise, just drop me a message. He's got some good bits. He does some quite good reproduction stuff as well, which is quite nice. Because all it is, we're building these up. To the purists, they don't like using reproduction parts, but sometimes you're stuck where you can't get these parts. So, like, same as like R nuts, it cuts your price down on your restoration project. But it does sissy bars, springs, what's it called? Seat bars. Does a load of other bits and bobs, but Apart from that, does it well. Yeah, where's my spanner gone? Yeah, but so we have it up to that stage. In the next video, what I'm going to be doing, I'll get the front mud guard with a brake, with a gear shifter, get the saddle on, and then got some handlebars as well, what we'll be chucking on it. So, been near enough a complete bike from then. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, press the tick for obviously when I do my next video, so you get notified. So yeah, also don't forget to put a nice comment in it. Try my hardest to get these bikes looking as good as they do, and at the end of the day, helps you guys out there who's not quite knowledgeable but want to take the time and to build one of these up or restore one or just enjoy watching it being built. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.